very small ways, but in real ways, you and me and millions of people like us are the reason this is happening right now.
Yes.
So I do think it's like a moment to wrestle with our own consciences. We'll be tormented by it for a long time. I will be. And I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people. It was not intentional. That's all I'll say.
He's got a lot of people confused, and they are just asking, Tucker, are you okay? What is going on? Welcome back. How are you guys doing? Thank you to my return subscribers. I really appreciate your work. And if you're new here, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Please do not forget to subscribe if you like this kind of content. We just bring everything trending, whether it's from the news on the internet. We bring it down here, we react to it. If you are interested, do not forget to turn on your bell notification. Let's just dive right into this one, because this right here, it is shaking the internet. Like, okay, Tucker, we have been here before. How do we get here again? And the reaction is just like, okay, they just do not believe him. They do not believe what he is saying. They said he is saying that because right now, Tucker Carlson and the President Donald Trump, they are they are not in good terms right now. So a lot of people said that's why you are saying that you are sorry. I am going to be rolling your people are reacting. Credits to the credits.
No, Tucker Carlson's not sorry. If you haven't seen, Tucker Carlson issued an apology on his show to everybody in Maga for being responsible for basically bullshitting them and creating Trump. Yeah. MAGA's running away from Trump as fast as they possibly can. And no, it's not because any of them are sorry. It's because the writing is on the wall. These gas prices are here to stay. Even if they came up with a peace deal tomorrow, it is going to be 6 months before the infrastructure is put back in place where we can replace the oil that's missing. We're looking at gas prices, elevated gas prices for at least a year. At least a year. They know the economic damage this is going to do. They know this is leading to a recession. They don't want to be responsible for any of the stupid shit that they caused. That's all this is. Trying to distance themselves so that they don't end up being responsible for the stupid shit they caused.
Tucker Carlson is in free fall. Tucker Carlson is him and Candace Owens. The Bible actually says that in the last days many would fall away. And I believe that we're seeing that all across America and across our globe, really, but especially I'm focused on America. And we see a falling away of Tucker Carlson, and people like him. This is not the Tucker that left Fox. No person who loved this country should be listening to Tucker Carlson right now. Tucker doesn't love America. Nothing Tucker has done, or a lot of these podcasters have shown. I'm talking about people like Tucker or Candace, that they actually care about this country. Candace Owens has not talked about anything that she used to talk about. She used to talk about black culture. She used to talk about conservatism. They don't talk about that stuff anymore. You don't hear Tucker Carlson talk about conservatism, the conservative movement, right? He's talking about crazy stuff to getting views, right? Because these people used to have jobs. They used to have careers where Tucker was making a lot of money from Fox News. Now they have to come up with crazy stuff. Big audiences, right? Because the conservative views have been down, right? Because a lot of people, are focused on their jobs and things like that. Tucker's had people on. His last guest was a person talking about how North Korea is better than the United States and how North Korea is so wonderful. Now just imagine this. Tucker Carlson, who said, now he's saying that he regrets that he helped Trump get elected, which nobody cared about him. He didn't help Trump get elected. Trump helped Trump get elected, right? Maybe Elon is maybe the second biggest person, and Charlie Kirk is the third. But nobody cared about Tucker Carlson. But I guess he wanted Kamala to get elected. Then we have the fact that he has some old religious nut on there talking about Jesus is a socialist, right? And now he's even spreading conspiracy on his show that with MTG, these crazy non-Christian people, that the assassination attempt that we all saw with our own eyes was staged, which they should be sued for. This is demonic to destroy the conservative movement, to destroy MAGA, and to put a Democrat in the White House.
We'll be tormented by it for a long time. I will be. And I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people. It was not intentional. That's all I'll say.
But when he says this was not intentional, as if these are new thoughts for him, that is false. He is lying. And I just want to add that to the record of our reporting. And we know that for a very unusual reason, which is that when he was working for Fox, the level of falsehoods that they aired led to the largest defamation settlement ever and a discovery period where we got his real-time private communications, which is rare. And that was only under the court system we have. Everyone's so cynical, nothing works. It worked there. Here's what Tucker Carlson was writing in private when he didn't know this would ever be later come to light in public. Looking at how Trump was approaching the insurrection, trying to overthrow our democracy, he said, quote, "We're very, very close to being able to ignore Trump most nights." This is a text, January 4th, 2021. It was a tense time leading up to what we later know as a violent insurrection. And then he says, the thought of not having to deal with Trump, quote, "I truly can't wait. I hate him passionately."
It's over, guys. It's completely over. We are all implicated in this. You need to build a nuclear fallout shelter tonight. When those sirens go off, it is all of our fault for voting for Trump.
You and I and everyone else who supported him, you wrote speeches for him, I campaigned for him. I mean, we're implicated in this for sure. Yes. It's not enough to say, well, I changed my mind, or like, oh, this is bad, I'm out. It's like, in very small ways, but in real ways, you and me and millions of people like us are the reason this is happening right now. Yes. So I do think it's like a moment to wrestle with our own consciences. We'll be tormented by it for a long time. I will be. And I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people. It was not intentional. That's all I'll say.
I can't believe anybody actually falls for this guy's grift, because you must be new to politics, but Tucker Carlson used to be one of the most despicable and downright evil people in the 2010s. And because he's doing this rebranding where he's trying to appeal to the average listener, someone that's like, oh, has he figured it out? Has he opened his brain? He's actually seen the light? No, Tucker Carlson is the definition of an opportunist. He saw an opportunity when Trump was in office. He saw an opportunity while Obama was in office to be racist. Whatever opportunity is there to make the most money or what's most beneficial for Tucker Carlson's career, that is what the fuck he's going to do. And now that he ruined this country while fattening his wallet for MAGA, now he wants to grift and transition to something else. And it's fuck you, Tucker Carlson. It's fuck you, Joe Rogan. It's fuck you, Theo Vaughn. Fuck you, Candace Owens. Anyone that helped get us to where we are now, there's no transitioning from this. You will be aligned with Donald Trump and MAGA for the rest of your sorry ass life.
We'll be tormented by it for a long time. I will be. And I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people. It was not intentional. That's all I'll say.
Go Tucker yourself, Carlson. This loser, this absolute privileged, rich, white loser who's never worked a day in his life, has never done anything hard, has zero empathy. And the only reason he's now hitching himself to the anti-Trump train is because Trump is attacking him personally. People like this, men like this, conservatives like this, they have zero empathy. They have no ability to imagine what other people are going through. But when it comes to them and it finally hits them personally and affects them, or maybe the people immediately around them, then they become just the most sympathetic and apologetic souls. And we're supposed to care about that. No, you did this. You are tied to this forever. You should live the rest of your life in disgrace, in shame. You should flee the country. You have contributed in significant ways to the destruction of America. Once again, go Tucker yourself.
And this is Bacon.
Tucker Carlson is on an apology tour. Oh, do I have thoughts?
You and I and everyone else who supported him, you wrote speeches for him, I campaigned for him. I mean, we're implicated in this for sure. Yes. It's not enough to say, well, I changed my mind. Or like, oh, this is bad, I'm out. It's like, in very small ways, but in real ways, you and me and millions of people like us are the reason this is happening right now. Yes. So I do think it's like a moment to wrestle with our own consciences. We'll be tormented by it for a long time. I will be. And I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people. It was not intentional. That's all.
It was not intentional? So what was it? Accidental? Did you accidentally fall into being a fascist? What the hell? Oh, and you're going to be tormented? By which of your evil deeds exactly, may I ask? Is it that you've popularized the Great Replacement theory and turned our country into the most vicious, virulent version of its already racist self, deporting, detaining, and killing people who don't look like you? Is it your anti-LGBTQ stance? Is it your misogynist stance? Is it your partnership with Russia? Is it your just virulent hatred of anybody who is not a conservative, cisgender, straight Christian man? Maybe it's your friendship with Nick Fuentes, your climate denial, your COVID denial. Which part will torment you, Tucker? Because I can think of literally millions of people who will be tormented forever by things you've said and done. You think a podcast apology is going to fix that? Fuck all the way off, Tucker. You're really sorry? Go away. Disappear from public life forever. Barring that, you're not sorry. You just realized that the wagon you hitched your star to is about to go down and you're looking for a new wagon because you yourself are nothing other than the power you attach yourself to that you think will enrich you until you jump over to the next one. So go away, disappear. If you don't do that, you're not sorry, you're not tormented, you're just looking for a new job. You're fooling absolutely no one.
You and I and everyone else who supported him, you wrote speeches for him, I campaigned for him. I mean, we're implicated in this for sure. It's not enough to say, well, I changed my mind. Or like, oh, this is bad, I'm out. You and me and millions of people like us are the reason this is happening right now. We'll be tormented by it for a long time. I will be. And I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people. It was not intentional. That's all.
Hey, Tucker, this is not just a situation where you chose the wrong horse in a race. It's not like you just showed up at one rally that looks suspiciously like a recreation of a 1930s German rally in the same building. You were a paid propagandist for this man on television. On a purported news network, you agreed with every one of this man's lies every weeknight. No matter how preposterous, no matter how dangerous it was, you went along with the liar every single time and you gave justifications for millions of people to go along with his lies. You trained people to believe him no matter what their instincts said about him. And in 2020, when that lying liar who lies about absolutely everything told one too many lies and lost his job, he decided to double down with an even bigger lie that you went along with as well. The lie that he won something that he didn't. And every single night after he clearly lost, you bolstered the lie. You knowingly platformed liars. Sidney Powell was someone that you knew you couldn't trust. You knew she was lying to your face, but you needed the ratings. You wanted the money more than you wanted the truth. Every single time. And those lies compounded and compounded until January 6, 2021. Something you had a hand in by continuing to prefer the lies that paid you money over the truth that would have saved our country. And what's worse is it didn't stop there with an attack of the Capitol during a joint session of Congress for the express purpose of overturning the government. Your lies continued after that, including lying about the FBI. You started that lie on national television, that the FBI was at the center, not the man who continually lied alongside you about the result of that election. That wasn't the impetus. That wasn't what caused that attack of the Capitol. No, it was the FBI. Tucker, for well over 10 years on this man's behalf, you sowed discord and distrust to get people to abandon their better nature and listen to him no matter what he said, no matter how obvious his lies. So no, one tepid apology in the middle of a podcast that you're hoping people will listen to for more money isn't good enough for me. You're a traitor just like the rest of them. And as far as I'm concerned, you broke the window that allowed the flood into the building that day. You didn't get deceived. You were the deceiver.
So let me ask you this. You got all these big influencers with millions of followers that were Trump this, Trump that. They got all their followers, diehard Trump supporters, and we telling them, you know, listen, this is what's about to happen. Telling people about 2025, the 2025 agenda. Like, this is real. Not only that, literally since the beginning of time, Black Americans been trying to inform, you know, white America, like, listen, this what's happening. Y'all caught up in this too. It's not just us, it's you also, right? But then many, not all, many white Americans chose to believe that 2025 was not going to affect them. The 2025 agenda was not going to affect them. And now here we are. And everybody's being affected. Like, if you have to buy gas, if you have to buy groceries, if you happen to get sick, if you got a sick parent, like, people are losing things everywhere, right? And now you have these huge influencers like Tucker Carlson coming out apologizing and taking accountability for his actions. Like, what the hell are we supposed to do with that? What are we supposed to do with that? Now, I know we got elections coming up, and, you know, y'all need to get out and vote in midterm elections, but what are we supposed to do? Forgive, apologize, and now we work together, have a kumbaya moment because you sorry that you misled your people? Anyway, check this video out. Let me know your thoughts and comments. Please share. This is over 3 minutes, but it's definitely worth sharing to make sure that everybody that follow him see this stupid ass apology. Talking about low character. Yeah, we knew he had low character. Anyway, check this out.
I and everyone else who supported him, you wrote speeches for him, I campaigned for him. I mean, we're implicated in this for sure.
Yes.
It's not enough to say, well, I changed my mind, or like, oh, this is bad, I'm out. It's like, in very small ways, but in real ways, you and me and millions of people like us are the reason this is happening right now.
Yes.
So I do think it's like a moment to wrestle with our own consciences. You know, we'll be tormented by it for a long time. I will be. And I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people. It was not intentional. That's all I'll say. But anyway, but the question does present itself immediately. Like, what is this? Was this always the plan? You don't want to be a conspiracy nut, but like, clearly there were signs of low character. We knew that.
Yes.
But it didn't, there are tons of people of low character who like outperform their character. It doesn't have to be.
Sort of the norm, actually, these days, I
right.
would say.
I've outperformed my character a lot. I don't have especially high character, right? But, you know, you try to, whatever, you try your best. But what was this? Was this always the plan?
People don't leave when it's wrong. They leave when it stops working for them.
You know, we'll be tormented by it for a long time. I will be. And I want to say I'm sorry for misleading people. It was not intentional. That's all I'll say. But
for the last decade, Trump was big business. If you attached your wagon to his, you were bound to be met with a lot of visibility and money. But everyone knew that Trump's platform was built off of pure bigotry and white anxiety. And I'm already seeing a bunch of white liberals online handing it to Tucker Carlson for acknowledging that he did wrong. You don't have to hand him anything because you were not the target of his white supremacist messaging. You don't have to hand him anything because you were not the targets of that harm. Why are you handing anything to anyone who has had harmful rhetoric if there aren't any material consequences? As Trump's influence and popularity continue to plummet, you're going to see a lot of more people coming out of the woodwork saying that they're sorry, maybe trying to lessen the load of all they've done. So you better buckle up.
To the creators for giving us the opportunity to add our comment. Go down in the comment section and add your comment. What do you guys think about Tucker Carlson coming out to say what? That he is sorry? Seriously, he apologized for supporting President Donald Trump. And y'all seen the reaction? Ain't nobody believing it. Everybody say this apology is coming out because this administration is not working for you anymore. That's why everybody is not believing. And they brought out the receipt that he has gone through this before. Y'all can read the test that he was actually testing back in the days. That he weighed. When I was listening to that, I was like, okay, now I see why a lot of people say, okay, it is true. Tucker Carlson, is it really sorry? Or this is another flip-flop that he is flipping back to it. You know what I mean? But what do y'all think? What do you guys think? I don't know if this is true or not, but I am gonna say what is going on with the Magas. The Magas, they're just jumping ship right now. I am gonna be playing, we're gonna have another segment about MTG for y'all to know what I'm talking about. Like what is going on with the Magas, right? What do y'all think? Go down in the comment section and add your comment. Is this apology real? And the way he was talking, it's like he needed somebody to go along with him. Y'all can see it. He's trying to I think he was having the interview with his brother or something. He tried to get him to agree with him, right? But we don't know it. We just have to wait and see it. I am going to catch up with you guys in the next one. Please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't. And thank you to all my return subscribers.